What's up, everybody? This is RJAC with the Lotus Archive, and I'm super excited about today. I've got JD Allen with Englewood Films. How's it going, JD?
Pretty good, man.
Good. So this is actually super special for me because on my podcast, a lot of my listeners have been able to listen to a lot of our artists, a lot of our musicians, a lot of our tattoo artists. I hardly ever get someone on production sets or people who are doing productions at the caliber that you're doing it on this show or on this podcast. And so what I am really excited about is that I can kind of pick your brain about what you've been doing, what it's like doing that in Salt Lake City, Utah, and just what the next moves are for JD Allen and Englewood Films. Cool?
Man, I'm excited to be here.
Awesome.
I'm honored, man. For real.
Hell yeah. No, for sure. Why don't you start off by introducing yourself to everyone? Like I said, a lot of our listeners are new listeners who are really coming in trying to see all the different sides.
Well, what's up? I'm JD Allen. I'm from Englewood, California. I came out here for, football purposes, BYU. Went to BYU, got a scholarship there, and then ended up signing with the Cincinnati Bengals after my junior year. And then after football career, I just got into this film work, man, and I love it. I love creating. I love art. I just love, thinking of something and game planning and bringing that dream to reality. So that's where I am now.
Okay, so that's a really huge transition. How did you go from the type of, you said the Bengals, right?
Yeah.
So for you to go through a regiment, for you to even get to that tier or that level of football, how did you find the time to find a new hobby with all of that?
Well, film isn't really a hobby for me. It's like, it's a part of my life. Okay. So, it was hard because after football, it's like, that's all that was my baby when I was growing up, since I was 12. So after football, I really didn't know anything about film. So it was more of got into music, telling stories. It was about telling stories. But the thing was, as a kid, I used to always draw. So I used to always tell my stories through my artwork. And from after football, I was trying to figure out, man, what's my niche? Because I got a torn ACL, screw on my left ankle. So I'm trying to figure out, because I don't want to just work 9 to 5, you know what I mean? And just live my life working for somebody else's dream. So I was in a bad place for a long time. And I stumbled upon film. I stumbled across film. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't have it no other way.
That's awesome. So did you, the moment you picked up a camera, or you said that started when you were 12, with film?
No, with football, actually.
Oh, with football, okay.
Yeah, I didn't, I used to film, so when I went to a junior college, because I went to a junior college before I transferred to BYU, LA Southwest to be exact, and I used to film, actually. I used to have a camera, and I used to film all our little events, after a game, I filmed me and my boys and stuff like that, and my boys would actually make fun of me, this dude got a camera, what you got a camera for? Used to make fun of me all the time, but I used to love doing it, but it wasn't something that I did all the time. But I did used to do highlight tapes for my teammates, even when I was 15. So I started off with editing, doing highlight tapes. I used to put 2 VCRs together in a PlayStation 1 so I could input my sound. And that's how I did it? Yeah, so that's how I did my highlight tapes, and that's how I started editing, but I didn't really, it was, before YouTube and stuff like that, you know what I mean? So I don't even know how I came across, coming up with that.
That's like some MacGyver shit, bro.
Yeah, man, yep. So I used to make almost everybody on the team highlight tapes, and that's how I got into editing. But football was always my love. That was my first love. So I just was focused on making it into the NFL. So movies and film wasn't a thought for me. Back then, I just used to love editing, and you know what I'm saying. And after my football career, I fell back in love with, telling stories.
Yeah, for sure. What are the type of stories that you like making? I know that as of right now, is it Zaya or Saya is coming out? Saya, yeah. And then before that, the other trailer that I was looking at was Fear.
Fear level?
Yeah, fear level.
Okay.
Yeah, and so like with these type of films, do you like the scarier? Do you like, what do you like about these films that you've been making lately?
It's about making you think. It's real life.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, everything. No matter if it's a horror movie or a sci-fi action movie or whatever it is, it's about real life. Fear level. It's a horror, dramatic, but it's like real horror. It's not like a ghost gonna come out, pop out at you, or demons. It's about like, you know, the fear of getting cheated on, or the fear of, you know, losing a child from abduction, and like it's real. It is real, yeah. So everything I do, even Saya, it's an action sci-fi film, but it's a coming of age story about, you know, finding out who you are. That's what the story is about. You know, so when people see that, it's not just, you know, an action sci-fi. It's a woman like trying to figure out who she is the whole time since she was a kid, you know, because she was, you know, taken by these people, and she is a coming of age. She's still trying to figure out who she want to be, and at the end she figures out and she make a decision of who she want to be. So yeah, everything is about getting that story that need to be told. Yeah.
Was that whole cast local, or did you?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Do you like using local talent?
Yes, of course, man. I like working with people that wants to work with me. A lot of people I use. Like I said, I didn't go to film school for this. So when people come at me like, "Oh man, I would love to work with you. Like, please, like, give me a chance. I want to act. I want to do this." And I'm like, "You serious?" I look at them in the eyes like, "You sure you want to do it? Because it's hard." And if they're serious, I give them a shot. Just like, you know, I think everybody deserves a shot, just like me. Like, I deserve a shot, so why not give somebody else a shot, you know?
For sure. What is usually in your regimen of things that you look for when you're seeing that someone's serious? Because, I mean, I'm in a place where I'm still very green to the whole community and to learning, you know, who is what and what, but it seems like talk is cheap.
Talk is so cheap.
When it comes to a lot of things. How do you, as a producer, find out who's got the skill set applicable to this story in your head that you want to give to the people?
Personality. So I go, I usually cast from just by personality. Like, for an example, fear level, I have this one character that, you know, she was abducted by some Mormons. Okay. Yeah. But anyway, like, you know, like she was a friend from work, and she has this natural twitch that she has, you know, when she get nervous, and she naturally twitch. And I was like, "Ooh, I need you for a role." Oh. And just like that, like that was her first time, and it was in a movie, it looked like she was acting, but it was like, you know, it was really happening. Cool. So yeah, I do things like that. And with a lot of my films, implicit invitation, you know, I use this guy named Tim from work. He's so nice, like super nice, and so nice that it's creepy. So I use him as a serial killer, and it worked out like perfect. So it's all about it's all about personality, and like for me, it's all about personality. For Tua Kealoha's Dear Lord, I was like, Tank Ketchens, that's the guy for that role, you know, and he ended up, you know, winning Best Lead Actor in the Utah Film Award. So it's all about feel of, you know, that person's personality for me when it comes to, you know, casting them in certain roles.
Okay. You as a filmmaker, because Englewood Film started in 2017, right?
Yep.
And then you had been doing films previous to this on your own?
Kind of not, like practicing. Like, so with my boys, I used to always practice, and I did YouTube like videos, you know, so nothing major. So my first real project was Afro Black. Okay. Comedy Afro Black, and we shot that, and man, it was so much fun. Like, that's when I was like, yeah, this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Okay, so it was at that time when you were doing that work that you just know?
Yeah, we shot Afro Black in 2017, actually, yep. So that was the first short film. And before that, I did music videos, but that was just I shot music videos, weddings, whatever I had to shoot to make money to buy equipment. So I never profited off of what I did. Like, I just made money to upgrade and keep it going. Yeah. So that's what I was doing prior to 2017. Okay. Then Afro Black was the first one. If y'all haven't seen that, watch Afro Black.
Check out Afro Black. It's up there. So, what did you already know everyone on the team of Englewood? So there's DeMar, is it Chappell or is it Chappelle?
Chappelle.
Okay, cool. Chappelle, and then you've got Tua, how did you meet all of them? Was Englewood already an idea that you've already formulated with this whole network, or did you meet all these people to help create Englewood Films?
So I came up with Englewood Films like probably 2016. Mm-hmm. So before I got into film, I did music, and my name was Englewood, which I got from what they used to call me, Englewood, when I was with Cincinnati Bengals. Okay. So I used that for my artist name, and then I carried that on to Englewood Films. Mm-hmm. And I was doing Englewood Films with the videos and, just learning and getting better every time, learning. And then Englewood Films just kind of took off. And then I think I was doing the music video for DeMar Jones' wife. Mm-hmm. And then I met Chappelle on set. Then he was acting in one of her videos, and then it just started. It was like a snowball effect. I just found. Oh yeah. We just came together. Yep. We just came together and start brainstorming all the time, and meetings. Meetings are important, man. So
talk about meetings. No, like really go there, because a lot of us who are younger, we kind of are lucky because we have the technology that kind of makes something crazy just with our phones. Yeah. And so it's really easy for us to think that we can be a one-man band, but talk about meetings and really talking with a team.
Yeah, it's all about communication, man. You have to have meetings. Like I know at my job, like all you see is people in meetings all day. It's a reason for that, man. So meetings are important. You have to, you have to communicate. You have to be on the same path. You have to have the same goal, because if y'all don't have the same goals, it's just not gonna work. So meetings are super important.
When does it get to the point, I'm assuming you guys don't always agree, like every single day it's Monday and you're just like, I got this idea, and everyone's like, I had the same fucking dream last night.
Yeah, sometimes.
So where do you draw the line in terms of the respect of still knowing that you guys are a team, and when you guys have certain disagreements about maybe ideas, and you both believe that your ideas are going to be the pivotal thing that create this next production?
So that's the thing, man. We all have different personalities, so we all see things differently, which is fine. Like, we're all different, you know what I'm saying? So certain projects, like I would direct certain projects, I would just be behind the camera. Certain projects, this guy be the writer, you know what I'm saying? So it depends on the project. So sometimes if like Tua, he came up with Simone Gold. So he came up with Simone Gold, pitched it to me, and we shot it. And we did a whole, film about the Polynesian culture. You know what I'm saying? So it's not, so we try to get everything in there. Yeah, bro. Yeah. So we try to mess with everybody. Like we were saying we're tired of like, the token. You know what I'm saying? Being the token. So what we try to do is mix everything up and give people what they really need or what they really want, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Having diversity, so.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so diversity and thought process and everything. So,
you need to have it.
Oh yeah, it's a must.
Okay, cool. So one thing, with you being a fully established production company, having a team, did COVID affect you? Did it affect the brand? Did it affect the workflow? Or were you guys able to get through just fine?
No, we actually just finished our first SAG project during COVID, and it was the hardest process ever in the world, but we got it done. SAG is already a hard process if you don't know about SAG, but you have to do a lot of paperwork and check-ins, and you know what I'm saying, you gotta have the money on time, and you gotta, everything has to be exact, everything. So with COVID, it was that times 2, times 3, because with COVID, you have to have, everybody have to be tested every 72 hours. Oh man. Now, can you imagine getting somebody like, hey, you wanna play in this role? Hey, but you have to have a COVID test. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It was hard. So a lot of people wasn't able to do it because of the tests, and it was a hard process, but to get through it, you know what I'm saying? Get through it like we did and knock it out. And hopefully, people love this story, because it's a true story. Like I said, I like to tell stories, real stories that need to be told. Yeah, we got it done. So with that, so we knocked that out, and I'm still shooting music videos to help, pay for everything else that I'm doing, and stuff like that. So I'm still working, just being careful with it, just making sure everybody careful and protected. So
I get that. Yeah. Do you feel like the playing field for new up-and-coming or the next generation of filmmakers is the same as it was for when you started?
Oh, I think it's way better.
You think it's better?
What? Yes, heck yeah. Like I said, man, I started with 2 VCRs and a PlayStation 1. Like,
that's like almost the Matrix, bro.
Hey, if I gave somebody that right now, it was like, here, edit, I bet they wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah, that's the filter.
But yeah, man, like, nah, now it's so easy. Like, you got sources everywhere, got all kind of programs that you can use, edit with, no matter if you're using a Mac or PC or your phone, it's out there. Like, it's so many different routes that filmmakers could take now without going to school. So, yeah, like I said, like, being where I'm from, I didn't know nothing about film, anything. So yeah, I think it's way easier now.
No, and that's cool. Like, I can definitely relate because I started just editing 2 years ago, and for me, it was me and my wife. We started off doing vlogs on YouTube because her family, one of her cousins made it big. They're at, like, I think they just hit 4 million.
Oh wow.
Yeah, subscribers. And so we're like, oh yeah, let's try that. Let's make some money. But it didn't work. But I fell in love with B-roll. And so B-roll then for me turned into music videos. But I could definitely relate that, I mean, it's still fruitful to try and attempt to produce nowadays. For someone at your caliber, what do you think are the right ways, or what are the lessons that you've learned for maybe just any artist who's trying to tell a story or express their own voice in today's day and age?
You said it, man. Like, the right way is your way. Like tell your story, get your story out. And for me, my right way was basically to keep learning, because like I say, I always say I'm still learning, because I want to get better, always get better. So just mess up, like keep messing up, like get better, like learn, shoot. I tell my boys all the time that's trying to like shoot, like trying to start off, filming, like shoot, like mess up, you have to be able to look at your shit like a year ago and be like, damn, I should have did this, I should have did that, because that's what it's gonna be. So you just gotta shoot all the time. So the right way is just to shoot, man.
It's kind of like having a journal of your expression.
Exactly. Find your style, because everybody have their own style. So it's all about finding your style. Like, it's art, you know what I'm saying? Like, not everybody have to like it. Not everybody have to like your style. Like, so don't worry about what people think, because I don't give a shit. That's when I start I think accelerating in my craft, when I stop caring. Like, I just want to tell stories that need to be told, like I said. So
hell yeah, that's what's up. That's good. Well, I mean, that wraps it up for the time that I have with you before you pass out. I got JD while he was trying to pass out. How much sleep do you think you got today?
I don't sleep, man. Okay. Vampire, baby.
There you go, and then you're back out on the road. So,
right.
But tell your people something. Tell the listeners something. Anything that has just been resonating with you, whether it's art, whether it's just perseverance. I mean, like, you're a huge story when it comes to perseverance, both for the fact you got a real NFL career that people can't really even say that they've touched, and now actually having an established production company, even making it through COVID. Like, perseverance, I think, is a huge thing for you. But what do you have to tell for the people?
Honestly, do what you feel. Like I always say, man, don't let people change your views and what you think. Like, do what you feel is right. Do what you love. Never give up. Never give up on yourself, or never give up on, people that's fighting for you. Like, just never give up. Keep fighting.
Hell yeah, brother. JD Allen, everybody. Thank you, brother. How'd you feel about it?
Oh, that's cool, man.
Good.